Hey, so let me know if you guys can hear me. I think we are all live. All right, so today we're gonna be doing stretching for if you do a lot of seated work or if you're maybe on your phone quite a bit of the day. So what can happen when you don't move around that much is the joints and connective tissues can actually stiffen and tighten, and that can actually cause pain in the shoulders and the neck all the way down into the lower back. So what we're gonna do today is some stretching you can actually do in your chair. So if you wanna stay seated, that's fine. All these should be doable well seated in your computer chair or wherever you might be. So before we get started, I'm just gonna make sure that you guys can hear me. Looks like it's live. All right, good deal. So what we're gonna start with today is actually a stretch for the muscles in your shoulder. These can actually tighten up and stiffen and then cause pain even down the arm, sometimes pain into the back of the neck. So what we're gonna do is called a hitchhiker. So again, you can do these seated in your chair. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your thumb and point it backwards behind you. And from here, what you're gonna do, imagine like you're scooping ice cream and throwing it behind you. See how my hand actually rotates backwards behind my shoulder? So you're creating sort of a W with your body. So you're opening up your chest, and on this one, try and hold it. If you can't hold it, that's okay. You can just go up, hold it for a moment, and then relax back down. If you're able to, try and go up and hold that position, really feeling a stretch across your chest, and you might feel it into the shoulder as well. Opening up that chest, you can see how I'm actually pushing my shoulders back and down into a stretch. And relax. And again, so these are a good thing to do through the day, where you can go up, hold a couple seconds, and then relax. It might feel tighter in one shoulder than the other. Think about it. If you're using your mouse or holding your phone in one hand, you can tighten up on one side while this arm stays loose. So it might feel more tight on one side than the other. For me, this arm feels a little bit tighter than my right arm. All right, and two more. And then last one, really opening up that chest, trying to breathe, relaxing into the stretch. And now we're gonna do what's called a W. So in this one, it's actually easier if you're sitting down. So I'm gonna pull a chair over here. So this also stretches your chest muscles and really opens up that whole shoulder girdle. So a lot of times when we're sitting, we go down and forward. So we're reversing that by pulling back the other way, reversing that gravity's pull on you. So these are called Y shoulders. What you're gonna do is you're gonna bring still thumbs to the back, your hands up, sort of like you're doing the YMCA. I don't know if anyone still does that anymore, but I mean, people haven't done that since before I was a kid, so as far as I know. But that creating that Y shape with your body. Now in this one, you wanna make sure the back of your chair doesn't recline. You actually wanna have it all from your shoulders, not from your low back, okay? So you're gonna bring your hands up to the back, trying to bring your hands behind your head and hold that position. You should feel a good stretch across your chest. It'll be right along here in your chest. Again, we're reversing that gravity's pull on you, opening up that chest. It will give you better posture. You can actually also reduce stress at your neck to do this stretch. And holding for about 10 more seconds. Remember, thumbs pointed back. Don't let your hands go in. With your thumbs pointed behind you. And relax. All right, so now we stretched a lot of the front. Now we're gonna be stretching the muscles in the back of the shoulder. So you will feel this back here, maybe all the way back into the back of the shoulder blade. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your hand and cross your body. I'm gonna try and do this without hitting the mic. And then from here, you're gonna grab onto your elbow and pull gently in and across your body, stretching the back of that shoulder on your straight arm. So you're hugging into your chest till you feel a light stretch in the back of your shoulder. And then hold once you feel a stretch. So these muscles can stiffen, and then when they aren't able to move and contract, they can't stabilize your shoulder because they've shortened to the point where they're no longer giving you shoulder stability. And then you can have the nerve get pinched, or a muscle or nerve up in your neck, or in the ball and socket joint of your shoulder. So we want to loosen that up, make sure they stay pliable, and that hopefully none of you have to ever deal with that pain, because it's like hitting your funny bone, but in your shoulder. It's the same nerve. And then 10 more seconds, just relaxing into this stretch. You should be able to breathe deep as you're doing this. Don't go to where it hurts. Go to where you feel light tension but no pain. And then same thing on the other side, crossing your arm across your chest, grabbing on right above your elbow, and gently pulling, hugging your arm into your body, feeling a stretch in the back of your shoulder. Again, you can do these seated or standing up, whatever's more comfortable. It's a great stretch to do through the day as you're working or sitting at a desk, whatever you might be doing. These are also a great stretch if you do a lot of gaming. If we have anyone who does gaming, a lot of tension, especially if you have a stressful game, a lot of these muscles can tense up because you're in a heightened state, and then also using your mouse, using your keyboard, moving around, everything tenses up to make sure it can move quickly. So it's good to relax and then stretch these periodically through the day, or between matches or whatever you might be doing. And then relax. All right, so we just stretched some of the muscles in the shoulders. So we stretched the front and the back, down in the shoulders. Now we're gonna move up more into the neck area. So the first one we're gonna do is a trap stretch. So the traps run right along here, along the top of your shoulder. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take this hand and either grab onto your leg or grab onto the bottom of the chair. So whatever you can grab onto that's a nice firm surface. I'm gonna grab my pant leg here. And then what you're gonna do is take the opposite ear and drop it down towards your shoulder till you feel a stretch along here, along the top of your neck. Should be just a gentle stretch. Letting your arm just relax. You're not gripping this one, you're just grabbing so it doesn't go anywhere. And hold that stretch. A lot of people carry tension in their shoulders, sometimes without even realizing it. So these are a great stretch, especially if you know you carry tension in your shoulders, because it will relieve that tension, help the muscle to relax, and reset it back to a normal length. If you've got knots in your shoulders, these are a great way of loosening back up. You don't even need to leave your chair to do it. Same thing on the other side, grabbing onto your pant leg or onto the chair and tipping your head straight to the side. Feeling a stretch along your neck, along here. These are a large muscle group. They run all the way from your neck down to your shoulder, down to the middle of your back. So they can definitely get overworked quite often. Trying to take deep breaths in and out. Don't hold your breath as you're doing this. You don't want to stress. You want to relax into the muscle. And relax. All right, so we just stretched the traps, which run back here. Now we're going to stretch the front of the neck in here. So this is a muscle called sternocleidomastoid. It runs right from the jaw right here down into the front of the neck. It creates that V at the front of your neck. So what you're going to do for this, you're going to keep your chin up and turn to look towards your right or left. So if I'm turning to look this way, I'm stretching the opposite side. So you're going to turn, keeping your chin up till you feel a stretch right in here in that V. We're stretching one side at a time. So remember, don't let your chin go down. Keep it up to help stretch that muscle. And then hold that stretch. So I'm turning, keeping up, stretching my neck. These muscles get tight as you look down, especially if you're looking at your phone or down at a computer screen. These can tighten and shorten and put a lot of people commonly feel it in the back of their neck, but it's actually starting from the front in here in the muscle. And try switching to the other side. So again, looking straight forward, chin up, and then turn to look over your shoulder till you feel a stretch on the opposite side. Right in that V. If you have any questions, or if there's a stretch you want us to do, if you're saying, oh man, I'm really sore right here in my shoulder, or maybe in your low back, something like that, feel free to post it in the comments or in the chat. I'd love to hear it, and I'll try and get to all those if I can. Even if you come back to this video and it's not live anymore, post it, and I'll try and get to it if I can in the next week. So keeping that chin up, feeling a stretch in the opposite side. And relax. All right. So now, I'm gonna move this out of the way. So now what we're gonna do is stretch the hands. So a lot of times when we're using keyboards, mouse, things like that, the fingers stay like this. So we're actually gonna open up the hands. You're gonna take, we're stretching this one. This one's grabbing right at the base of the fingertips and gently pulling back towards your body till you feel a stretch along here. All the muscles for the hands in here actually run in the forearms back in here. So we're gently pulling back on the fingers, feeling a stretch in your forearm, and gently hold that stretch. Shouldn't be any pain in doing this. If you feel numbness or tingling in your hands, stop this stretch or back off till there's no numbness. We don't want to stretch the nerve, and if there's that tingling feeling, it can mean you're stretching the nerve. And this one, try and flatten your fingers into your other palm. So they're straight as you can make them. If you can't get them all the way straight, that's okay. Just get them as straight as you can. These are the flexors of the wrist that we're stretching. And then same thing other side. So get fingers pointed up, grab right at the base of your fingers, pulling gently back towards your body till you feel a stretch in your underside of your forearm. Gently pulling back. That fan's pretty loud, huh? I'm gonna turn that down in just a minute. A lot of people have hand tightness and don't even know it. And that can lead to things like carpal tunnel, overuse injuries where they're doing a lot of repetitive movements and keeping that in a shortened position. There we go. Hopefully that's a little quieter now. All right, so now we just stretched the bottom of the forearm. Now we're gonna stretch the top of the forearm. So what you're gonna do now, you're gonna point your fingertips down towards the ground. Don't worry if you can't get them all the way down to the ground. And then grabbing with your thumb right at the bottom of your wrist. And then other fingers over the top of the hand, gently pulling down and back towards your body till you feel a gentle stretch in the top of your forearm. So pulling down and back towards your body, using your thumb as a lever. Just a gentle stretch for the top of your forearm, stretching those wrists. Again, this is great if you do any sort of typing, a lot of texting, anything like that. Any repetitive movement with your fingers. You want to relieve some of that tension if they've been periodically shortening. And switch to the other side. Again, underneath your wrist, pulling back towards your body. I take off the watch actually. It's getting a little bit in the way of doing my wrist stretch. You might notice that one side is tighter than the other. It's very common for that to happen, or it can definitely happen that way if you are using one side more heavily, where one side can actually be stiffer based on how you're using it. And relax. All right, so hope that helped with getting a little bit looser through your day. I'd encourage you to do these. You could do these every single day. You could do them even multiple times a day, especially if one feels especially tight to you. I would definitely include that in your day-to-day routine. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to create a video to answer any questions you would have, or if you feel like you want a specific thing, you're like, oh man, I really feel tight, maybe up in here or in a particular area and want that stretched, let me know and I will get it, try and get a video back in response as quick as I can. All right, so I'll see you guys next time.